of refreshment. Maybe you got something to eat. Thank you so very much for sticking and staying with us. We won't keep you very long, but I'm just saying, although we are bringing down the curtains on our day 2 of the Governor General's I Believe Initiatives Youth Consultative Conference, YCC, don't go anywhere because we have an after party afterwards that is going to be the boss. I'm not going to tell you who is going to be the person just yet, but when you hear me introduce her, you are going to know that the thing just turned up even more. So I just want to thank you very much for registering, whether it is that you registered via 2021ycc.com, the website, whether you got the full interactive experience, or maybe you were watching via social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever it was. Thank you, because you had many options to be anywhere else, but instead you decided to spend the last 2 days with us. Now, in case you might have missed day 1, that is fine. We want to remind you that we came, we talked, we consulted with you, and the next step is now the action. It is implementing and hopefully using your ideas and your exchange, your questions, your answers to really put into policy and possibly programs. So we just wanted to take the time to acknowledge a lot of our presenters, our facilitators who made this possible. So on the first day, we had EduTech, Learn, Unlearn, Relearn with Gordon Swaby, co-founder of EduFocal. And probably the most salient point was embracing the technologies and challenges is important. Patience will take us through this new education era. So don't be in a rush. I think Amani Simpson said it earlier. It's not a sprint, it is a marathon. Be patient and look at the signposts and the road signs that are ahead. We also had a session, Digital Citizenship and the Psychology of COVID-19, and that was facilitated by Amanda Fraser, clinical psychologist. And what she recommended and what she encouraged was check on your friends and family. Use the various platforms and social media to reach out. We all need connection. And I will echo that by saying the persons who are the pillars, the ones who are strong, they're the ones holding it down for everybody else. They're the source of energy and light and advice for everyone. They're the persons the most who you need to check up on. So that was a very good point that she left there with us. We also had a session, fact check, true or false. Dr. Kia Duncan said many young people are buying into the idea of COVID vaccinations now because they have done their own research. So we're saying hold yourself accountable, hold yourself responsible, and with all the information that comes your way, make sure that you do your own research and ensure that the source is absolutely credible. Then we had Ready, Set 2030. It was a workshop, Youth Empowered to Take Action on Vision 2030, facilitated by Daverine Gaynor, UNDP, or Daverine Gaynor, UNDP. And the point was young people are craving the opportunity to get involved, and they want to join any community opportunities they can be active in. So of course, to the listening, to the powers that be, if you're listening, they said, Christina said it yesterday, put us to work. Do not underestimate them. They are not lazy. They actually want to get busy and they want to look at all the community opportunities that they can get active in. We looked at self-care. Health is wealth. Abraham Simmons and Mishka Christie, they said that the self-care is holistic. Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Participants can learn more from the workbook, the self-care journey, the workbook. And this workbook will actually be made available in the conference material, and it will be available on the website 2021ycc.com. And of course, today, we heard from 2 amazing presenters. I don't even know if we can call them keynotes because we had a very good interview style with them and we got the most out of them. Amani Simpson, youth advocate out there in the UK, director, youth coach, also a Governor General's recipient. Fantastic work that he's doing there in the diaspora. And finally, just recently, we saw Mr. Dushant Savadia, CEO and founder of the Amber Group. I mean, kudos to the hardworking team, the I Believe team, the Governor General for being the patron. They really went all out to get the right presenters and the right facilitators to create such a beautiful space for you. So at this time, and again, don't go anywhere because we have the IG after party. Don't move a muscle. But before we get to all of that, we would love to hear this address from the United Nations Secretary General's envoy on youth. Watch this.
Excellencies, colleagues, friends, good afternoon and warm greetings. My name is Jayapma Vikramanayake and I am the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy on Youth. It is my great pleasure to address you today at the closing of the 2021 Youth Consultative Conference held under the theme of A Decade of Action, Building a Resilient Path to Recovery with and for Jamaica's Youth. Congratulations to the Governor General's Program for Excellence and the United Nations in Jamaica for successfully staging this event. And thank you for the kind invitation to be here with you all today. But above all, I want to thank the more than 3,000 young people from Jamaica and across the region who have participated in this consultative conference. Over the course of the last 2 days, you have discussed topics such as access to quality education and the impact of COVID-19 on mental health. Thank you for your contributions to these sessions and for showcasing your innovative solutions and ideas. Young people today are facing a myriad of challenges, from the climate crisis to the COVID-19 crisis. The pandemic has led to increased unemployment and decreased access to education, deepening inequalities and leaving the most marginalized young people at risk of falling further behind. Yet, despite these challenges, young people continue to remain motivated to lead, innovate, and stand up against injustices, building a better future for all. Youth 2030, the United Nations' first ever system-wide youth strategy launched in 2018, envisions a world in which the human rights of every young person are realized, every young person is empowered to achieve their full potential, and that recognizes young people's agency and their positive contributions as agents of change. The UN, together with partners, is working to turn this vision into a reality and to ensure that youth are fully integrated into the 2030 agenda, as well as national development plans, such as the Vision 2030 of Jamaica. Fellow young people, throughout my tenure, I have been continually humbled and inspired by your courage and resilience in the face of adversity. You are part of the largest generation of young people in the history of this planet. You are change makers, leaders, and activists in your own communities and spheres of influence. And as you continue to break barriers to change both policies and practices, know that you have the right to lead, not just in the future, but right now, in this moment. So I call on all of you, both in Jamaica and around the world, to continue to stay engaged and continue to say to those who would rather talk about perils and problems that it is the promise and potential of young people that matters the most and that must be nurtured and supported. As we build back better from the COVID-19 pandemic, it is absolutely crucial that our joint recovery efforts focus on the role, rights, and priorities of young people. As we celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the I Believe initiative, I want to leave you all with a reminder that, in the words of the Governor General himself, and I quote, "The realization of Vision 2030 Jamaica will require the input of youth who must be engaged and involved in the country's transformation process. The successful achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals depend on it," unquote. I look forward to following and learning from the outcomes and recommendations of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That was the United Nations Secretary General's envoy on youth, reminding us that in spite of all of the circumstances and of course all of the crises, our young people remain hopeful, faithful, optimistic, and motivated. She also encouraged you to be the agents of change, to be the advocates and the activists. And she reminds you all that you have the right to be fully integrated, the right to be heard, the right to be served, and certainly the right to lead. Now I pass the mic over to Abraham Simmons, who you would have heard from yesterday, who gave us the welcome, the opening remarks, and the overview of what the YCC is all about. And I will pass the mic to him to do the official closing remarks. This is Abraham Simmons, National Coordinator, the GGPE.
Thank you very much, Terry.
You're welcome.
And thank you all for remaining with us over the past 2 days. You would have benefited from some exciting presentations. We heard from speakers from all over the world, some indigenous here at home. We heard from Mr. Simpson joining us from the UK, and we had just now the UN Secretary General's Youth Envoy. It's been very insightful, and I'm very appreciative of those of you who took the time out to join and let your voices be heard. I'm confident that we are on the road to building a resilient path to recovery with and for you, our young people. In these challenging times, it is important that we stick together. When young people work together, amazing things can happen. We will be working together with our partners at the UN to bring your ideas to the tables of agencies and other partners who will mainstream them into our plans for our recovery. The work certainly will not end here. There are so many activities that are left on our calendar of events. I want to talk to you more specifically about our IBI induction ceremony and annual reporting conference that will happen on November 30 this year. Every year, we induct a new cohort of IBI ambassadors into our family from across the various parishes. Applications are normally received through the parish custodies or directly at King's House. We review them, and then we bring you into our network of IBI ambassadors who primarily are based across the island doing various projects, rallying youth voices on different matters affecting us, including climate change, gender equality, and so on. Last year, we had about 37 new IBI ambassadors, and that number continues to grow. In this very room that I'm joining you from, there are IBI ambassadors everywhere helping to get things done. That speaks to the support, that speaks to the energy and the drive that our IBI ambassadors have innately. If you think you can be a part of our team, you have what it takes, you have the drive innately, the passion, and the will to support nation building, you can become a part of our family. You made this conference a resounding success by voicing your thoughts, concerns, and perspectives on issues that impact you the most. The conference was also made possible through the United Nations, a major partner this year, alongside the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Nestle, National Integrity Action, Spice World, Melmac Dental Care, and PBCJ, who stream for us on Facebook and on PBCJ on Flow TV and Flow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an exciting 2 days. On behalf of the Governor General's Program for Excellence, His Excellency the Governor General, and members of the I Believe Initiative Network, I want to thank you, encourage you to stay connected with us so that we can work together as we build a resilient path to recovery. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much. Abraham Simmons, National Coordinator, the GGPE. He's so nice. Every time I see him, I just want to smile. And I feel like if I was in a club with him and he was the treasurer, I would have taken all my money. Come, I couldn't tell him no. Thank you so very much. And again, I do echo the sentiment. The hardworking team, they're the persons who you almost never see on the forefront. You will never see them on the stage or in front of the camera, but there's a hardworking team on the back end from technical support. Of course, Tony Aiken over there, who is definitely, keeping up the interpretation for our deaf community. We thank each and every person who was a part of that. Your role and responsibility, your roles and your various responsibilities are not taken for granted. Now, Abraham also spoke about your participation. Without your participation, without your engagement, really, this wouldn't be a success. And because of your engagement and your participation, some of you are going to win some things, some prizes, courtesy of Nestle, Melbeck Dental Care. Is it Melmac Dental Care? I want to make sure that I say it correctly, as well as the I Believe initiative. And the reason why I'm going to talk about Melmac Dental Care just a little bit is because we spoke about self-care earlier. We spoke about self-care yesterday. And we spoke about the fact that we can't just talk about, getting the money, getting the job, looking about the career, making the profit, and we're not taking care of our bodies. And yes, we're speaking a lot about mental health and we're speaking about physical health, but a lot of us do not even talk about our dental hygiene. So ask yourselves, when last have you gotten cleaning, dental cleaning? When you finish and you do this, smooth, I promise you. And it can be very, very expensive, but because of YCC and because of the meaningful collaborations and partnerships, and I don't know who win what, okay? So don't hold me to it. I don't know who win what. But because of the very important partnerships with this particular dental care, you will receive, I don't know how many dental care packages or how many people will be 2 persons. So 2 lucky persons will receive the service of getting good dental hygiene done. Come on now, it does not get better than that. So we thank Melmac Dental Care. Thank you so very much for that. So these are our winners for today. Damore McQueen, at McQueen Damore. Country People Advocate, that is your name? That is your name on Twitter? Country People Advocate at I am Divi Livity. Kylie at KyleJN19. Jermaine McKenzie, Trisha Greer, Donette Wright, Andrew Hines. Thank you so very much for participating. The gifts, the prizes will be spread out, disseminated between all of you, between Nestle, Melmac Dental Care, as well as the I Believe initiative. Now, the person who I'm going to hand the mic over, who will do the official vote of thanks, is Malik Kelly, IBI Ambassador.
Thank you, Terry. Ladies and gentlemen, just 3 words. This is it. I have chosen the King of Pop, Michael Jackson's movie headline to signal the close of what I am sure you will all agree has been a mentally stimulating, informative, and amazing 2-day Youth Consultative Conference 2021. I, Malik Kelia, I Believe Initiative Ambassador, have the distinct pleasure this afternoon to move the vote of thanks to everyone who has helped make this conference a reality, and no doubt a success. Firstly, let me start with a caveat and thank anyone who I may erroneously or otherwise forget to mention your contribution, and assistance here is by no means lessened by this speech. Let me express our sincerest thanks to His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, for giving young people the platform through the I Believe initiative to host this conference annually, to engage with one another and various stakeholders so that we can share our ideas and concerns for a better Jamaica. Thank you, Your Excellency. This year has been no different, and while it is the first year we have hosted the conference virtually, we are happy for the opportunity. Thanks also to the Honorable Custos Dunwell, Custos Rotalorum of St. Andrew, for the invocation yesterday, and Dr. Gary Cornell, UN Resident Coordinator, for his timely remarks during the opening ceremony yesterday. To our energetic and effervescent moderator for the 2 days, Dr. Terry Carroll Reed, thank you for guiding us through the proceedings so effortlessly and for providing sound conference highlights from the presentations over the last 2 days. Thank you so much, Dr. Reed. Thank you also to Roshane Rushcam Campbell for starting us off so brilliantly with leading our opening session yesterday inside the classroom. To our panelists and presenters over the period, which included IBI ambassadors, the Honorable Robert Nestor Morgan, Daniel Bailey, Christina Williams, Gordon Swaby, Amanda Fraser, Dr. Kia Duncan, Davarine Gaynor, Dana Atkinson, Abraham Simmons, Mishka Christie, Amani Simpson, and Dushyant Savadia. We are most grateful for your expertise, knowledge, and engaging with our attendees on how we can build a resilient path to recovery with and for Jamaica's youth. The 2021 YCC is a big deal, and we are so honored to have been joined by the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy on Youth for her sound closing address. Thank you, Jasmine. A virtual conference of this nature or magnitude and quality would not have been a reality without the kind support of our sponsors. The United Nations in Jamaica, our title sponsor, for partnering with us and buying into the vision of this year's theme and reminding us about the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, thank you. The Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Kingston Bookshop for allowing us to use their physical location from which we could stream to you these past 2 days. First Regional Cooperative Credit Union, Nestle, National Integrity Action, Spice World Supermarket, and Melmac Dental Care. Your contribution has meant the world to us, and we say thanks. Thank you to our technical teams from Main Event, and commercial concepts for allowing us to go live and in style online on your phone, your tablet, your desktop, and through social media. And to our makeup artists for ensuring we were presentable for your screens, thank you. And to PBCJ for allowing us to stream and make us reach you all wherever you are, thank you. To our I Believe ambassadors who rose to the occasion and assisted as moderators for the various sessions, social media coordinators, reception and set assistants, ensuring all ran smoothly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, each and everyone, for continuing to serve and lift the IBI banner high. I am proud to be a part of this team. A conference of this nature could not have been planned and executed overnight. Please allow me to acknowledge Mr. Abraham Simmons, Mr. Alex Sterling, and Mr. Maury Tomlinson from the GGPE office for their hard work and dedication in getting this conference off the ground this year after a year's hiatus. Please stand and take a bow wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks also to the staff of King's House for their guidance on protocol and overall support over the last 2 days. We must say thanks as well to Tony Aiken for her sign language services over this period. We could not have done it without you as we continue to be an inclusive organization. Last, but by no means least, to each and every one of you and you for joining us, our attendees, and sticking the course over these last 2 days, engaging with our presenters and letting your voices be heard. These consultations will be used to draft a call to action to our leaders that each of you have played a role in creating, and we thank you. Please remember, if you have yet to do so, to engage our virtual village at 2021ycc.vfairs.com. That's 2021ycc.vfairs.com, where you can take a selfie with a photo frame, play the SDG scavenger hunt, and visit our sponsor exhibition booth, just like you would in the face-to-face conference hall. Continue to be safe and adhere to the COVID-19 protocols, please, as together we will overcome this pandemic. At us at the GGPE on social media, #YCC2021. Continue to engage us on our social media and look out for other updates on other GGPE 30th anniversary events. And of course, our YCC 2022, which will be only bigger and better with you. Thanks all once again, and do enjoy the rest of your afternoon with our after party, courtesy of ZJ Sparks. No, God bless.
Lordy nicey. Oh gosh. Listen, I just want to let everybody know that I'm building a team, and I think I'm going to come all the way over to the IBI ambassadors and just teach every single one of them. No, thank you so very much, Malik Kelly, IBI ambassador, who so ably thanked everyone who has played an integral role, those of us on camera and those of us behind. Now, we've closed down the curtains. This is where we say farewell, but in true YC style, in true I Believe initiative style. We just couldn't leave and just say bye-bye and just leave the stage like that, right? So we did mention, and you heard Malik say that we're going to have an after party. So this is where you put on the pen, the pad, there. You're going to really enjoy yourself. And it is with great privilege and pleasure that I invite my sister, content creator and curator. You guys see her in the space all the time, nobody of energy like her. And therefore, she was the very perfect person that we could think of to put in this space. And while we prepare for her, because I want to give her her good introduction, what we want you to do is not walk away from these 2 days thinking I'm motivated, I'm inspired, and leaving it at that. We want you to take all the nuggets, all the gems, all the insights that you have been told, and we want you to apply it. If you're already applying it, look for somebody around you, your brethren, your sister, your sibling, somebody who you can now help, or you can teach, or you can spread the word. I think it was earlier on, we said, I think it was Amani Simpson who says, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a community to raise a nation. And so we thank you so very much. And the participation doesn't have to stop just here on this particular platform. Have these conversations within your own communities. Use your social media and become the activist and the advocate. Be the change that you actually want to see. I hope the prize winners heard their names: Dabor McQueen, Country People Advocate, Kylie, Jermaine McKenzie, Trisha Greer, Donette Wright, Andrew Hines. Thank you for participating. Because you did, you will walk away with prizes that will be disseminated courtesy of Nestle, IBI, Melbach Dental Care. I'm hoping that I can get my teeth cleaned at Melbach Dental Care. And Tony Aiken also says herself as well. And as we continue to have the conversations, in all seriousness, please remember to include our youth and to include our other Jamaicans and our other citizens with disabilities. We cannot speak about innovation or anything else if we're not being inclusive. So with that said, and I want to light up the chat to the person who I'm going to introduce will actually jump off a pier in a Treasure Beach, but we're not going to talk about it. Content creator, content curator, media practitioner, producer, selector, vibes master, music maestro, Sparky baby. Listen, the IG after party is handed over to ZJ Spark.
Thank you so much, Terry. People ask Terry what she bring back from England for. No, Terry, where is the big British bag? But what the foreign things, them, Terry? Now, big up Tony. It's going to be very interesting to see how Tony is going to be translating these songs as I juggle. Star Sign Language, Global Sign Language person. Big up Tony. Big up to everybody who's been attending for the last 3 days. But that's like a wall of vibes, you know what I mean? Big up to everybody at I Believe. Yeah, man. We're all of vibes right now. But we can't start it without bigging up God. You know what I mean? Let's start it this way. Bobby, big up yourself.
It's me again.
Now we're gonna test out Terry dancing skills.
It's me.
Oh, we are doing Terry. Now all of my bright, intelligent youth them right now. It no matter where you come from.
I'm today, Janus.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Father God, I made them fight me so hard. I lucky things to me no coward.
What?
I lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the hope you work at them get no reward.
You know why?
Just see them sit down and a fight against me king. Me laugh. I see him where Judah stand in front and they fight against the king.
Stay focused.
Read the songs and realize I know nobody them. Them a try set me up with this body them. Successful life that I bother them. Power up and kill this snake on the ladder them. Father God, I made them fighting so hard. I lucky things to me no.
As God Swaber would say, focus and execute.
Lord, them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the hope you work at them get no reward.
And let me tell you something.
Them get no.
You define yourself. Don't make anybody else define you.
Yeah.
Listen to me now.
Well, then, man, a king in her. Just remember when you're great, them try to fling in a dirt. Go leave a pain in me heart, sweating on my shirt. Long before me top the chart, that the thing did I work. Me did not say, man, a king in her. Yo, me never drop me guard.
This is our cap after Friday.
Long before me start the millions, got pick me a flirt.
No, Tony, I move fast to the sign language. Yeah.
Life is a mystery, you just be brave. Them history, we are not slave. We are short freedom for the kingdom, not the cage. And the queen them, but want to turn a better page. Yeah, me know poverty, make we full of rage. But we
keep your head up, keep your head up.
Stage 12 year old, I travel with that 12 gauge. His mother still a
Let me tell you something, life is a cycle.
Confidence, we go ever got me sister Elris. Watch them all lock up the money.
And sometimes you feel like you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You need a team.
I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. Anytime the trouble is on, I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. When you need someone around.
Yeah, man, encourage your friend then.
Cause I'm in your corner. Anytime the trouble is on.
Enough said it for everybody.
In your corner.
For yourself. Starting clock.
Never gonna wanna let you down. And if me lose it all and everything slide down, stand on the big ride, she stand up by the king side. I'm some dog, I hold it down on the inside. One call and them still smile, I'm on town, the thing fine. In a corner like the coach, the ringside, yeah. From we used to not no close, catch no swing my way. I knock my tool and not the road, but never swing. Yeah, and if we fight to death, that's you.
What's that?
So when I call him my brother, I mean it. What's thicker than blood? I read it.
You need a team. Let's just say find the right people to step on your team as well.
Time we will play together. I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. Anytime the trouble is on, I'm in your corner, friend. I'm in your corner. When you need someone around, you know I'll be your friend.
I have some people when them go foreign or them go university, them say where you come from. They're afraid for some balaclava. Don't afraid to make them know where you come from.
Don't never forget the dumb plan or where we come from.
Everybody can come from Kingston. Remember that. If you come from Lilliput, if you come from Little London, if you come from Southside, no matter where you come from. If you come from Chapelton, it don't matter where you come from, as long as you work hard and work for your goals. Let them know where you come from.
Real jokes never worry about being gone. Cause we destiny don't plan. We not live long. The other say a judgment road to live by next step. Said me sell my soul to Satan. God bless me for shame, but mine with it.
Hear me now.
Me never tell about happy growth. You coulda call it papi growth. Me life never easy, me don't try happy road. But miss me use lucky road. Me always dream big.
Hey, no make Terry leave yet tonight.
Them TV bring
Terry have to do little dancing, you know.
back at that grade 9 and that was a heavy load. We kick we out, we go touch your road. Trace cold, no me drop a C4 every Thursday, me they a stationary 14 years.
I hope when I learn something, you know. Over the last few days, I hope when I learn something.
When me touch a Portmore, Pops calling scope more. From 3 west to 5 east, like the place and we done sure. Home family when the well poor. Real thugs never forget the dumb plan or where we come from. Yeah. Real thugs never worry about being on. Cause we destiny don't plan. Sometimes
when I pursue on the goals, when I get too caught up in the glitter, remember your family. When last you check on them?
Family. Sure. If I want it, me hate a fern killer. Me no believe in a fern killer. Family.
When last you check on mommy?
And me.
When last you call grandpa?
Me love me family, them do me heart. Me would do the earth one of them.
When last you check on your big sister with sacrifice so you could have gone high school?
Real better them. Cause them no know when we a buy 3 sardines and the 1 pound a rice from shop. And them no know when we a get chased by cops and the drop. And all the woman make it now. No struggle feel. And me know all of them. And me know who real now make them trick me and kill me. No way, you must see mad. Life are the greatest thing that me no left. Me no left, my God. Can't trick me and kill me. You must be mad. This thing that me no. Me no. Me own alien, na me own alien. So no boy can't style me. Na me own alien, yeah. Me no frightened feelings, me a style to me thing. And me not just some boy cause them replies me drinks. And if me no rate you, me no go on your people. Me no want me no links. Cause me know if you will out. If me can't buy a spliff, much less see buy a drinks. Never grew up fi bogot. Come and pan as a thugs and me mother never grew a whim. Me no frightened for people, no frightened for people. No some people a be frightened for me. Just hide me in the street and me out at night. Mother they read Bible for me. Of likes. They never tell her before, say pressure bus spike. Pick up or you can't manage your enough like. Better you suffer the consequence cause you love hype. I true me stay in me own and lane on me. Yep, so no guy. Own and lane on me. I can't be 6.
Me have some things that me never talk about. Circumstances me know if live without. We not do them nothing and them want to take we out. Them send them friends to kill me, but them couldn't make me out. Read my Bible every day, me hold my faith and I know doubt. Well, heap hungry nights because no food in the house. And what is that to me? You want take it for a joke. Temptation that a stress. Why you feel some smoke?
Every day you can't be the same. Every day you can't be the same. The youth them a pray. Every day you can't be the same. 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 The youth them a pray. Every day you can't be the same. Every day you can't be the same.
I cried unto the Lord with my voice. With my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplications. I poured out my complaint. I showed before me. Then don't waste my path. In the way wherein I walked, have they privately laid a snare for me. The fool has never been told yet. The truth has never been spoken of. It's like I've never been home. Still I've never been homeless. Give thanks to God. I was never alone. What if I was hopeless? Would they really ignore me? What if I was broken heart? All stress. What if I've never been so blessed? What would I really become? What would life really be like if I never had no friends? Would I still be me or someone else? Is it really just like a hero if he died before everyone noticed? Have I really got chosen? Whoa, am I really that potent? Is it really my me just can't more? Am I really that broke? Whoa, really got chosen? Not really. Not really.
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon. Everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to theirs. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can. Yeah, as far as I can. I can. Yeah.
I'm telling you, the wicked them now rest. The you not rest either. Keep going for your goals.
Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. Yeah. Lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed, oh man. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home.
You understand?
I find my way, I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning,
You know what?
I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I live.
Excuse me, no pagans. Now seek validation, toast and admiration from you now your patrons. Boasting about name brands, we cost over 8 grand. When me searching have the same one, with the cost of a straight pants.
All right.
Why own a Ferrari?
No, see the line there, see the line there. Invest your money. And know how much you earn is how you portion it. Some of you just can't afford on an eye alone. We don't want to put on a hat so we can't reach it.
Push loader.
Set lofty goals, you know. But be practical. How why?
Excuse me, no pagans. Now seek validation. Post and admiration from you now your patrons. Posting about name brands. We cost over 8 grand. When me searching up the same one with the cost of a straight pants. Why own a Ferrari with nowhere to park it, boy? Why shop a Louis V when there is a target? Now me hype on my face.
Now big up the whole of St. Mary right now. Anybody here from St. Mary?
Trending, bank account can't empty. Acres over markets. Link my wife when me want. Cause when side girl, child support that lead to farming over plastic, investment over profit.
Anybody interested in farming?
Me alright being me.
Big up all for parents who tell them send them go to school.
Life depends, love. Land lease on me, I go get the fence round. Drop a canteen up on it, make sense down. If a eyeglass for drink or ends out, I put a truck on the road and going down. I broke tell the bigger send me spend down. Deja good when the bush lads get down.
Listen me.
I said so over eyeglass, them name free.
You hear what I'm saying? I said so over hype. Make sure you use your time wisely.
But this one everybody knows here.
Use your mind in a creative and positive way.
See for the pagans them. I don't business with them, bro. I've my own rotted life with pens, love. Land lease on me, I go get the fence round. Drop a canteen up on it, make sense down. If a eyeglass for drink or ends out, I put a truck on the road and going down. I broke tell the beggar send me spend down. Deja good when the bush lads dead.
Stay the course, stay the course.
I said so over eyeglass, them name free. True contribution and NHD. So me can qualify for your loan. Use that money and purchase a home.
Let me tell you something. You have some people them selfish. Them no want share the ideas. Them no want share the road to success. Them feel like if them tell you how you can achieve success, them not gonna be successful. That is a lack mentality. You know what I mean? Share it or spread it. And everybody gonna execute in the same way. You know what I mean?
Don't business with them, bro. I've my own rotted life with pens, love. Land lease on me, I go get the fence round. If I can't be in the body, make sense down. If a eyeglass for drink or ends out, I put a truck on the road and going down. I broke tell the beggar send me spend down. Deja good when the bush lads get down. I said so over eyeglass, them free. True contribution and NHD. So me can qualify for your loan. Use that money and purchase a home. My plan surpass A, B, and C. My granny old shop turn Airbnb. Foundation said grandbabies can face. Sing one wanna play, let me show you how to do it.
You can't dream about it alone, you know. You know why?
You can never have nothing if you don't work hard.
You have to put in the work.
Can't achieve nothing if you don't work hard.
You can't imagine it, but you still have to work to get
Can't
it.
make no money if you don't work hard. Oh yeah. Sure. Hustler baby, you know that I may. Some real star girl like Gwen Stefani. Artists are cuss through the world, prefer me.
You see that?
Pay for them song, them play mine, them play for free. They must say me so flat, but I like that.
All right.
Girl, I drive and me are the pilot. Me boy, if I can leave them, come on and fly that. Yeah, this and rolling. Don't try that. Ha. Some of them no want work.
That must say them no want work, but them want things.
Hustling and my grandma work hard to take care of Rihanna. Boy, you know why help your mother. You know why help your brother. You vex every time you see a you.
What Granny would I
climb
say?
up the ladder. You can't just a higgle. Your granny tell me say you don't need one bride. Why? Can't just a higgle.
Where you come here for? Where you come here for?
Cause the devil will find you.
Every time I feel can't do no different. Swear me out for win. That's why I'ma try again. Every time I feel, cause God always